A federal judge appointed by President Trump ruled that the Trump administration cannot use a centuries-old wartime law to deport Venezuelan migrants being held at a facility in southern Texas. The White House invoked the Alien Enemies Act back in March to deport people it says are part of the gang Tren de Aragua. For more on this, I'm joined by CBS News legal reporter Katrina Kaufman here with me in Studio 57. Good morning to you, Katrina. Pretty clear language used by this judge in the ruling. Help us understand the judgment and his reasoning behind it.
Errol, this is a significant ruling by this judge, who I should note is a Trump-appointed judge in the Southern District of Texas. He's saying that the president, the administration's use of the Alien Enemies Act is not applicable in this situation. And this is a decision that's confined to the Southern District of Texas because the Supreme Court ruled that people have to contest their detainment and confinement where they are. But he's saying that these men cannot be detained or removed from this country under the Alien Enemies Act. In particular, he talked about language in the act that says there has to be an invasion or a predatory incursion on the United States. The Trump administration has said that this applies to Tren de Aragua, but what the judge said is that requires military force. And he also said significantly, because the administration's been saying that the judicial branch can't even review this, that he does have the power to look at how this statute is being applied, that judges can do that. So while this is a contained decision, it could have a much broader impact on these other cases. There are at least 8 of them across the country right now.
Yeah, viewers should certainly read his ruling, because if that becomes something that's held nationally, it really undoes the entire Trump policy on this. Separately, there was a hearing yesterday in Virginia for Badar Khan Sori. This is the Indian national and Georgetown University researcher who was detained back in March for alleged links to Hamas. What happened there?
So this was a hearing about the potential release of Dr. Badar Khan Sori. No decision has been made on that yet, because so many of these cases, Errol, end up getting embroiled in where they're going to take place. This is another situation like with Mahmoud Khalil, for example, the pro-Palestinian protester from Colombia. He was arrested in Virginia, but then sent to detention in Louisiana, moved multiple times. So the government is saying that this case shouldn't be heard before this judge in Virginia. What Badar Khan Sori's lawyers are saying is that there was intentional misdirection here, that he was moved in a way where they could not know where he was. That's why they filed this habeas petition asking for his release in Virginia. What the judge said yesterday is that she wants more information. She wants to know why he was moved. Was the government claimed there was overcrowding, that was the reason for not keeping him there. But his lawyers actually said when he went down to, it was either Louisiana or Texas, he had to sleep on the floor because there was still so much overcrowding. So she has asked the government to file answers to her questions by 5 o'clock today before she makes a decision on this.
What a frightening experience for these folks. Katrina, we appreciate the updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Al.